We just finished round number 4 from the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo here in Las Vegas. I'm Amy Wilson. This is Steve Kenyon. We're excited to bring you some highlights from this round. Steve, what stands out to you?
Ty Brewer in the bareback riding. 90.5. He got on a really rank horse. I think I remember seeing the horse one time, but a risky business comes from the Brookman Rodeo Company out of Montana. And that horse, when the ride started, duck left, duck right, duck left, duck right off the bat. And Ty Brewer weathered that storm, never quit spurring. Judges marked him 45-46, 90.5, wins the round. In his third trip to the NFR, I think this is the 24th horse he's gotten on, his first go-round win.
That's one of those rides that the fans love and the judges love.
Yeah.
So it's a win for everybody. In the steer wrestling, J.D. Struxness came back down to the media room to get his winning interview. You know, last year we saw him a lot, and he's excited that he's warmed up.
He won 4 go-rounds last year. So in 2 trips to the Wrangler NFR, he's won 5 go-rounds already, and we're not even halfway through the second trip. He won second twice last year, and he's off to a good start this year. You know, this kid's a dynamic young bulldogger. He was 3-6 tonight, chasing Floyd out of South Dakota. His best performance so far at his first NFR. He was second with a 3-8. J.D. Struxness, that horse Peso's working real well. The Horse of the Year, Scooter, didn't quite have the night tonight that he had last night, but overall a really good bulldog, and 3-6 for J.D. Struxness, the number 1 time.
There were a couple of guys tonight, Dustin Ingaskiza and Cooper Martin, who talked to me about being here and competing with the guys that they've looked up to since they were in diapers, and that they've watched on TV on VSH tapes and all this stuff they were telling me about. So that has to be pretty cool, not only to be at the finals with those guys, but to split around or like Cooper win around.
Let's talk about Cooper and Dustin. Let's talk about Cooper Martin first. He told you in your interview that his idol is Trevor Brazil, and now here he is competing against him. Well, tonight he beat him. 7-6, wins the night. Last night he was 7-2, finished second. Tonight he's 7-6, wins first. That's $46,000 over 2 nights for your fellow Kansan. So Cooper Martin, yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to back up to anybody. He's only 20 years old. Let's talk about the team roping. You mentioned Dustin Ingaskiza, the rookie from Florida. His first Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Dustin Ingaskiza and Corey Kuntz split the round last night with Luke Brown and Jake Long. They were all 4-1. Dustin Ingaskiza was born in 1995. In 1995, Corey Kuntz, his partner, was already at his 4th NFR. That's the difference between the two. Corey's here for the 21st time. Dustin's here for the first time. Look out for Luke Brown and Jake Long. They've won back-to-back go-rounds. This team roping's real tight. The lead is $5,000 on the heading side, $4,000 on the heeling side, and we got a lot of rodeo left.
Anything can happen here in the Thomas and Mack. A little bit of a scary night in the barrel racing. I want to start by talking about how the girls were wearing gold and purple to honor Nancy Hunter. She is so missed, and I know so many of them absolutely loved her. But the ground posed a lot of problems for the girls. We saw a couple of horses go down, devastating for someone like Cassie Mowry and some of those. Amber Moore, actually, I told her I was really impressed with her skills. She said sitting in the alleyway, she could tell the ground was posing some problems by the look on the girls' faces, what the announcers were saying, that kind of thing. So when she came in, she said she tried to help Paige and keep a hold of her to help her stand up on that ground. Well, in doing so, she kept both hands on the reins around the first barrel and somehow lost her inside stirrup. So it took a little work for her to stay in the saddle. She never did get her stirrup back, made a great run, won the round. Amber's
won 2 rounds over 4 nights. She's won $198,000. She moved to second tonight. The ground situation was interesting. I feel really bad for Kelly Collier, whose horse Lolo had a little slip last night. She got off of Lolo, got on her other horse tonight, and on the third barrel went down. And so everybody was wondering, okay, what's going on with the third barrel? Then Ivy Conrado follows Kelly Collier and turns in what was at that time the fastest time of the go-round. You talked about Amber and what she did, 13th out on the ground. Cassie Mowry right behind her had that little bit of a slip on the first barrel. It was just, I don't know. I'm sure that there will be a lot of discussion. I'm not farmer enough to know how to fix it or what, or if, obviously something was going on tonight. You had 3 horses slip badly and go down on their hind ends. So
Amber thinks it's lacking some of the sand that she remembers it having last year. She says it's just a little more choppy. So my hope is that they get it fixed for tomorrow. We go back to seeing what we saw last night.
This has been such a good barrel race. I hate to see it spoiled at all. And I know social media probably, if it hasn't already, is going to blow up over this because that's what happens on social media. But We'll see. Tomorrow night, it's a whole new night.
Before your voice gives out, let's talk about the bull riding.
Let's talk about the bronc riding, too. Ryder Wright has won the fourth go-round 2 years in a row now. He made an 89-point ride tonight on Ponyman of Stay Smith's. Ryder Wright's kind of putting together another nice little NFR this year. And so he wins tonight. Brody Crest second with an 86. I thought Brody Crest made one of the prettiest spur rides I've ever seen. Let's talk about the bull riding. 3 bulls ridden tonight. They still pay out the whole $84,000, so the guys that rode got a little extra. But for the second night out of 4 tries at this NFR, Trey Benton the third. It really is nice to come to this rodeo feeling healthy. He's the only man that's got a chance to ride them all now. He's ridden 4 out of 4, won first twice. He's over $200,000 for the year, $206,000. Sage Kimsey did not get by his bull tonight. Garrett Smith did not get by his bull tonight. So those two, nothing changes at the top. Trey Benton moves up to third. It's going to be interesting. There were 3 that rode. Trey Benton was 87.5. Joe Frost was 83. Ty Wallace was 80.5. It's a whole new ball game. With Sage getting bucked off, that opens up that average opportunity at least a little bit at the moment. Again, there's still, a lot of rodeo left.
Trey is number 1 in overall money won here at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and second and third, Haley Kinzel, Amber Moore, they've both won over $78,000, so that's really exciting to see. Still a lot of rodeo left. We're excited to be able to bring it to you.
I can't believe tomorrow night's the halfway point.
I know.
We're already halfway there.
Well, that might be a good thing considering how you sound, but nonetheless, continue watching RFD-TV, the Cowboy channel, here on social media. And if you're in town, stop by the Convention Center, both RFD-TV's booth and the stage. Steve has his daily Western Sports Roundup, and of course on Rural Radio, you can listen to the rodeo live. I'm Amy Wilson. This is Steve Kenyon. We thank you for watching.